Hi guys, welcome to Bed Talks. Before we start, one small clarification. This is not about blaming men. It is not about who is right or wrong. It is about perspective. We've all heard it. She is crazy today. She is hormonal. She is emotional. It sounds harmless, but labels shape how seriously someone is taken. The same reaction in a man is called stress, in a woman, instability. Same behavior, different label, and labels matter. So here we begin. You know what I find interesting? When a man is tired, we say he is under pressure. When a man is angry, we say he is passionate. When a man snaps, we say he's stressed, maybe needs a vacation. But when a woman reacts emotionally, we say she's hormonal, she's crazy today, she is emotional. Same human reaction, different translation. Apparently, men are human, women are a medical condition. Let's clarify something right away. Emotional variability is not mental instability. Having changes in mood, energy, focus, or tolerance does not mean someone is irrational, unreliable, or unstable. It means the body is responding to physiology. Women's bodies are cyclical by design, monthly, seasonal, life stage based. That's not a bug, that's the system. But somewhere along the way, normal female physiology was rebranded as a flaw. Very convenient, actually. Here what happens. Hormones fluctuate, neurotransmitters response, energy shifts, pain sensitivity changes, sleep changes, focus changes. This is chemistry. But instead of saying she is in a different physiological state today, which would be accurate, but boring, society decides to say she cannot be trusted. And that's a big jump from chemistry to credibility. Okay, and how fast authority disappears. The moment a woman is labeled emotional, her opinion suddenly becomes optional. At work, in relationships, in meetings, in medicine. She's probably just stressed. Maybe it's her hormone. Let's revisit this later. Later never comes. By the way. Now, let's talk about fairness. Men have biological variability too. Low testosterone affects mood. Lack of sleep affects regulation. Stress affects behavior. Hunger turns grown men into toddlers. But we don't call that hysteria. We call it pressure, leadership stress, human limits. Same biology, wrapped in different PR. Men's biology is contextualized. Women's biology is mocked. And once something is mocked, it becomes very easy to dismiss. And dismissal is powerful because if someone thinks she's emotional, they stop listening. Not dramatically, quietly, with a smile, with an eye roll, with a silence. And over time, that silence teaches women something. We start overcompensating. We explain more, prepare more, work harder, control ourselves more, apologize more. We monitor our tone, our face, our words, not to communicate better, but to be taken serious, which is exhausting and slightly ironic because we are told we are emotional while doing Olympic level emotional regulation. Now, here is the part that often goes unnoticed. This didn't appear out of nowhere. Underneath the emotional woman, something very old. For centuries, a woman's value was tied to reproduction. If she was fertile, useful. If she wasn't, tolerated. So her body was never neutral. It was either working or problematic. And once a body is framed as problematic, everything it does becomes suspicious. Pain becomes exaggeration. Fatigue becomes weakness. Emotion becomes instability. This is not medical thinking. This is control thinking. And honestly, it is very efficient. If a woman is emotional, you don't have to engage with what she says. If she's hormonal, you don't have to change anything. If she is rational, you don't have to share power. So she is crazy today. It's not a diagnosis. It's a strategy, a very old one. And here is the cost of that strategy. Women start doubting themselves. Am I overreacting? Is this valid? Should I say something or stay quiet? And slowly self-doubt turns into self-discipline. You stop trusting your signals, your body, your emotions. And when you don't trust yourself, you become easier to manage, which is usually when people say she's so easy to work with. Let's pause and say this clearly. Women are not irrational because they are emotional. Emotions are data. They tell us something is off, something hurts, something matters, something needs attention. The problem is not emotion. The problem is who is allowed to have it. And this becomes very visible around perimenopause and menopause. Because when hormones change, tolerance drops. Women stop buffering the world. They stop smoothing edges. They stop absorbing nonsense. They stop pretending everything is fine. And instead of saying she has clearer boundaries now, society says she's difficult, not weaker, stronger, just less convenient. So when you hear she's crazy today, what is often really being said is she is no longer managing other people's discomfort for them. And that makes system uncomfortable. This talk is not about blaming men. It is about recognizing patterns, because once you see the pattern, you stop personalizing it. You stop asking, what's wrong with me? And start asking, what framework is this happening in? And understanding the framework always gives power back. So the takeaway is simple. Calling a woman irrational is not medical. It is not scientific. It is not neutral. It is historical conditioning disguised as common sense. And once you see that, you don't need to fight it. You just stop believing it, because there is nothing wrong with your emotions, nothing wrong with your body, nothing wrong with your cycles. What was wrong was the story told about them. And the moment you stop carrying that story, you get your authority back, quietly, calmly, with a small smile. And that is a real power. Just let it.